I know I ain't made no video in a couple days. I've been gone. I've been trying to work on myself. I've been working a lot. I'm not organized enough. And I don't just drop videos and just drop videos. If it don't align with the Most High, if Yahuwah don't put it on my heart to put out a video, then I possibly won't put out a video. But besides that, I'm finna give y'all some free game, so you gotta understand. If you're not on your purpose, if you don't got a vision, or you ain't going nowhere, or you can't see where you're going, or you don't got something going on for yourself, females is not gonna want you. You gotta understand that. So this video is basically gonna be for the men, and it's about females and how to get yourself straight and what female looking for in a man. You gotta understand it. See, like I said, if you don't know your purpose, if you don't got a vision, if you don't got somewhere that you're going, if you don't got something that you got planned that you want to do, or aspirations in life, you gotta understand females are not gonna want you. They don't want just some low bum person who out here just average and who out here working a 9 to 5. It's not all females, but some females don't. You gotta understand that some females will stay down with their man and be with them and get with a man who works a 9 to 5, who average. You gotta understand that, fam. But I wanna let y'all know, like, fam, say like if you out and you trying to get a female, or even online if you trying to get a female, and then you average and you ain't got nothing going on for yourself, you working a 9 to 5, but it's another dude that come at her and want to get with her, and he playing football, he probably going to the NFL or the NBA, or a YouTuber come out of nowhere. If you in person, a YouTuber come out of nowhere and try to hit your girl up, she most likely gonna probably try to jump onto him or go to him because he got something going on for himself. He got somewhere that he going, he can see his vision, he know his purpose, he walking in his purpose. You gotta understand it. So if you don't got nothing if you ain't got enough creative or something that you good at, or a talent or a gift or this and that, or you ask God what he put you on this earth for, then the female most likely don't gonna want you. You gotta understand it. Because if you out here blinded, or you out here lost and you can't see your way through, ain't no female gonna want that, because it's gonna bring her down. It's gonna make her feel like a low life. It's gonna, all that energy that you putting onto yourself gonna go into her, and she might start getting lazy. She might. Because you gotta understand, when you in a relationship, when you trying to connect with each other, y'all both gotta have something going on for y'all. So y'all both gotta be walking in your purpose. Y'all gotta connect on that spiritual level, not just in the financial realm or the physical realm. You gotta connect in the spiritual realm. Y'all both gotta click. Y'all both gotta know how to work around each other's schedule, or know how to adapt to each other's schedule. No matter what y'all got going on, you gotta understand that, fam. If you gotta do and another thing I want to say, if you gotta do too much or do things you ain't never did, or try to act a different way, or try to act out of character, or try to do this and that just to get a girl, fam, then you probably shouldn't be getting a girl. Because you gotta understand, females, they remember everything. So if you tell a female this and that, or you post something, or you say you're gonna come through, or you a man of your word and you don't come through, or you not this and that, then they most likely not gonna want you. You gotta understand that. Females don't like a man. They don't like a man who he say he not is. So you gotta understand, you gotta be yourself. You gotta be your authentic self. You gotta know yourself so much. You gotta know thyself so much. You gotta be your authentic self so much that you don't want to be like nobody else. That you don't want to do the things that somebody else doing. You gotta understand that. Females are more attracted to men who know how to be themselves, who know how to cope, who know how to just adapt to a situation or adapt to an environment. You don't gotta do this and that. You don't gotta do too much just to go get a female. If you are what you attract. So if you out here doing all this and that, you gonna attract a female who not trying to be herself, who got a lot of insecurities about herself, or this and that. You gotta understand it. We all got insecurities, but we just don't talk about them. You gotta understand it. So you gotta be yourself, fam. Say like, for instance, in school, because that's where it all starts. Like, that's where you see all the females. That's where all the men and stuff in school. Say like you trying to do this and that to go out your way to please a female, or try to buy all the new fits, or buy all the designer, have all the money, flex all the money, this and that. You shouldn't have to do all that to get a female. You gotta understand it. Just imagine if you didn't have all that, and all you had to offer was just yourself. Is she gonna love you just for yourself? Is she gonna love you just for you being you? Is she gonna love your heart, or is she gonna love your hand, the things that you got, the things that you can provide for her? You gotta understand it. So you gotta be yourself. You gotta know yourself so much to where when you get into environments, you can't do nothing but be yourself, and people gonna hate you for being that, for being your authentic self. You gotta understand that, fam. So like, and another thing that'll make females obsessed with you, fam, you gotta understand that. When you not chasing after her too much, when you not showing, when you not trying to, like, you too available for her. Females don't like a man who's too available for them or this and that. You gotta understand that. You gotta be so busy to where you gotta be so busy or have so much stuff going on to your life to where your female is not your top priority. You gotta understand that. God gotta be your top priority in your life. You gotta understand that. Say like for instance, if you want a female and she don't text you back, is you gonna keep double texting her? Is you gonna keep texting her to try to get her attention? You gotta understand that. She didn't text you back for a reason. She didn't do this and that for a reason, because you gotta understand that. You trying to be so greedy to get that female, but focus on yourself. You gotta understand that, because how can you love that female? How can you love somebody else if you can't even love yourself? Because you gotta understand that when you get into a relationship, when you're trying to attract a female or get with a female, you can't love them if you can't take care of yourself, if you don't love yourself. Because then when you get with them, if you don't love yourself, you're not gonna love them. You're not gonna love what they offer. You're not gonna love what they bring. You gotta understand that, fam. So it's a lot of different things. You gotta look at it different things from a different perspective. But what I want y'all to take away from this video is be your authentic. Number one is be your authentic self. Be yourself. Know yourself so much, or be yourself so much to where you don't even want to be like nobody else. Don't chase a female. You attract what you are. You gotta understand that. Let the females come to you. Or if you're trying to get a female, focus on yourself. Focus on your goals, your purpose, all this and that. And she gonna come. The right one gonna come. Or the one that you want, she gonna come, because she gonna see you got something going on for yourself. Another thing is, step into your purpose or your calling, or figure out what you want to do in life. Figure out what you want to do with your life, because you got to understand it. A female not going to want a man who can't provide, who can't take care of her. Y'all can take care of each other, but men are supposed to be providers. They put you here to reproduce, lead, and protect. You can't provide if you ain't got no purpose, or if you ain't got nothing going on for yourself. You got to understand it. And men, you shouldn't want to be average. You shouldn't want to be like everybody else. You should want to be successful. You should want to build generational wealth. You gotta understand that. So this free game for y'all, fam. I'm giving out free game. I'm giving it to you cold cut, raw. I ain't sugarcoat nothing. This all the things that make a female want you. You gotta understand that, fam. And this is from experience. This not just going off my ego.